Hello guys, I'm Yogendra and you are watching the Sure Solution UGC Net English. Guys, I hope you all are studying well. In our series of Unit 5, just I have introduced you what is Unit 5, and in this first lecture I am going to detailing you some topics and some points. Guys, as I have told you that this unit belongs to language and linguistics and its theories and language. Okay guys, so before leading towards the topic, we should understand what language is. The first thing, when we are going to talk about language, we should understand what language is. Guys, different linguists and other thinkers has defined language in their own way. I have written 9 definitions of different thinkers including Encyclopedia Britannica. But if I will dictate all 9 definitions in this video, the video will be too long. So I am here taking only 2 definitions, one by Noam Chomsky and other by Encyclopedia. First of all, I am reading the definition of Noam Chomsky, which has been given in 1957. A language is a set, finite or infinite, of sentences, each finite in length and constructed out of a finite set of elements. This definition is by Noam Chomsky, famous linguist of 20th century. And the next definition I am reading given by Encyclopedia. I hope you must note down these 2 definitions, and if you need more definitions, I will provide you in the group. Guys, note down next definition here by Encyclopedia Britannica. Language is a system of conventional spoken or written symbol by means of which human beings as member of social groups and participants in its culture communicate. This definition is given by Encyclopedia Britannica. Guys, if we think and go all through these definitions, we will find some common point. That is, language is a medium of communication. It is made of set of symbols. It is vocal. It is human, and so many things. So guys, here are 9 characteristics of language that we have to understand. Note down one by one and understand it. The first one is language is a means of communication. The first characteristic of language is a means of communication. How? Through language, we express our thoughts to others. We express our feelings to others. We express our views to others, and we communicate with each other. That is why language is a means of communication, a medium of communication, a medium of expression of thoughts. Next characteristic is language is arbitrary. What is arbitrary? Number 2 is arbitrary. Arbitrary means ऐच्छिक, means according to your will, means you may use language according to your desire, according to your need, means you can manipulate the sounds, the symbols according to your need and desire to communicate your thoughts and feelings. Next point is language is a system of systems. Number 3 is a system of systems. First of all, we can say that and see that language is a system. How? We must see here. If we go to the study of language, any language, not only English, we may find that there are some sounds and there are some symbols representing those sounds. So when we further study that, we find there are sounds, and these sounds are arranged in a system that make words, and these words are arranged in a system that made sentence. And there is a system of all these also. Means first system is here in sound, second one is morpheme, third one is word, and fourth one is of syntax in sentence. And all over there is a system of the arrangement of all things to express thoughts and communication. In this way, we can say that language is a system of systems. We are going to next point, that is language is primarily vocal. It is very clear to you all that any language is primarily vocal, means first of all language is spoken then written. And we should go to the next point, that is it differs from animal communication. Means animals also communicate with each other, but our language is very much different with animal communication. Guys, first of all, the first difference is animals communication is genetic but our acquired. Means human being does not have language genetically. A child born with some essential qualities of weeping and laughing, he has no language, she has no language. So every person has to learn language by their own, from the society, from the teachers, from the school, from home, from family, and from anywhere. Every person learns language in this life. But the animal communication is genetic and limited. There's no writing ability, not expression of ability of all thoughts. They can express only some feelings through some actions, just like different type of movements of bees, and different type of sounds of birds, and etc. We are moving to next point, that is it is a form of social behavior. Means language is a form of social behavior. How? Through language we behave. Means when we meet, when we go to the society, we meet each other, we share our thoughts, we share our views, and here we have behaving through language. So language is a human behavior, language is a social behavior, and language is a system of symbols. How? There are several symbols. Means there are sounds like a, that is represented by A. There is sound like B, represented by B. Means there are several sounds which are represented by symbols, that is alphabets. Not only this thing, but when we speak words, when we speak sentences, means we associate some images with words. That is, we will study in science signifier and signified. Means we associate some image with some word, and that word ultimately becomes a symbol. means language is a system of symbols. Next one is productivity. Productivity is also a characteristic of language. What is productivity? Guys, we study some alphabets, like in English only 26 alphabets, in Hindi in a number of alphabets, and in other language other number of alphabets, and we learn some words, some structure of sentences, but we can produce any sentence, anything that we want. Means our mind can produce new type of sentences by using that language. This is known as productivity. Next and last characteristic is interchangeability. Interchangeability means in using language, at a time a speaker can be listener and a listener must be a speaker. Means at a time when I am speaking, you are a listener, and at the same time in a two-way communication. Here in this video I am talking that is one-way communication. I am speaking and you can just listen. But if we are face to face, at a time I am a speaker and I am also speaking, but if you must have any doubt, you must speak and I became a listener. Means in a conversation there is changeability between speaker and listener. This is the changeability characteristics of language. Guys, these were 9 characteristics of language that are very important to you all. These can be asked in examination. Questions like which of the following is not characteristics of language? Find out the characteristics of language according to code given below. In any way, questions may be asked from here. Next thing is, what is linguistics? Our next point is linguistics. What is linguistics? Linguistics is, guys, a system or a study of system of language. I am giving an example. As here is a car. Here may be two type study of a car. One is you may learn to drive, means how to drive. Second study may be that how a car works and what are the function of its different parts, how these parts of a car are attached with each other. Means when you are learning to drive, you just learn how to drive a car. You will not know the function of car, the function of its engine, the function of its other parts. But if you study how a car works, you will study the mechanism of car, how the instruments and parts of car are interrelated and how they function. Means to drive a car is language, study of language, and how a car works means learning the mechanism is linguistics. Okay guys, means learning a language may be a particular language, maybe English, maybe Hindi, maybe French, German, Japanese, Russian, Italian, etc. Any language may be, but when we study how it works, means how language works, we study mechanism of language as a whole, how language born, how it gets its origin, and how it develops, and what are the hierarchy, what are the development criteria, what are the families of language, etc. and etc. How sounds are produced from our vocal organs, and so many things. Means all mechanism of language is studied in linguistics, so that we can say in a simple word that linguistics is the mechanism of language. The study of linguistics is the study of the mechanism of language. Guys, there may be different definitions of linguistics, but we must not go to definitions. You may study from anywhere, but here I am going to discuss two general things about linguistics. First is levels of linguistics analysis. What are the levels of linguistics analysis? There is 5 levels in linguistics analysis. First is phonetic and phonology. And phonology. It studies sound level of language. Sound level of language. Okay. Next one is morphology. Morphology is the study of word formation. How a word forms. And next one is syntax. Syntax means how sentences are formed. Sentence formation. And fourth level of study in linguistics is semiotics. Semantics. In semantics we study meaning. And the last one is discourse. Discourse. In discourse, we study how different sentences in conversation are connected with each other, how conversation works. Means connected sentences with each other is studied in discourse. In literary theory, we will study this term discourse in different way. Guys, next thing that I must want to tell you in linguistics, that is branches of linguistics. There are 4 branches of linguistics. Number 1 is psycholinguistics. Psycholinguistics means the branch of linguistics that studies the connection of our mind with language. Means how our mind studies language and how our mind understands language. And in this branch we study some disabilities also. And these disabilities are very important for our examination. Means in psycholinguistics we study disabilities that cause problem in learning a language, like aphasia, that is loss of memory, and other problems that cause understanding language. These are studied in psycholinguistics. Second one is sociolinguistics. Sociolinguistics is a branch of linguistics that study the connection of language and society, and how society affects language and how language affects its culture. And next one is anthropological linguistics. Anthropological linguistics is the branch of linguistics in which the chronological development of language is studied according to the development of human being, human race. And the last and fourth one is literary stylistics. What is literary stylistics? Literary stylistics is the branch of linguistics that studies the different structure and style used in different works of literature. Means the this branch, literary stylistics, studies a work of literature through its structural and stylistic point of view. Guys, I hope this video will help you, and what you feel about this video must write in the comment box.